I've just got to London. It looks like I'm in a prison because where I've propped the camera up, there's these like metal bars in the way. But this is my room. I'm staying at the Hoxton. It's a really nice hotel. And I'm here for a bunch of events with Adobe on Monday and Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, I've got some podcast recordings. So because I've got like quite a busy week, I thought this would be a good week to record a vlog and take you along with me to all of the things that I'm up to. So it's Sunday evening, just getting settled into the hotel. I'm going to meet some friends for dinner this evening. Tomorrow is a summit. So I've been to quite a few of these Adobe summits before, and it's where they often tell us like what the latest stuff in the different products is. We can give feedback, chat to staff at Adobe, which is always really nice and great to see other ambassadors and stuff. And then on Tuesday, it's a much bigger event and it's called Creator Live. There's a whole bunch of speakers and different activations. So I think it should be an interesting few days. And then on Wednesday, I'm recording a podcast episode in a studio for my podcast, but then I'm also recording a podcast episode in a bar for someone else's podcast. So that should be really, really fun. It's going to be a bit of a crazy day. I haven't necessarily planned it the best. I'm like cramming in as much as possible before I head back to Cardiff. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to the next few days, and I'm so grateful that I get to stay in such a lovely hotel. Hopefully I'm going to sleep well here, and I will try and remember to keep vlogging, because one of the things that I realise is I am all gung-ho, and at the start of a week I film loads, and then by the end of the week I forget, but I'm determined not to do that this time.
To and who don't know that this is coming, Nikki McWilliams.
Woo!
So last year, Nikki made me a friendship bracelet at Max, which I keep on my desk every day. I'm also thrilled to see Liz Mosley. Where are you? Yeah, who I've been fangirling on Instagram. I recently saw your post, Liz, about your experience in the ambassador community and how it's offered you a range of opportunities to speak, opportunities to make incredible pals, and I love that word, and also an opportunity to share more about the tools you love and use every day with your friends and clients. And that just reminds me of how important this work is.
So one of the things that Adobe does really, really well is community, and I've just met so many incredible people from being like part of the Adobe community, like going to lots of different events. So yeah, it was really cool to see people, chat to people today. Like, it definitely gives me a boost creatively to just be like in a different space, meeting different people, seeing what they're up to. And Adobe also do amazing swag. So I just thought I'd show you some of the bits I got given today. So we have this tote bag, this really nice bright pattern on it, and then obviously the star of the show is this plushie, which my friend Nikki designed. Isn't he gorgeous? I actually have another plushie that Nikki designed for Adobe Max, so I'm basically like making a little collection, which is awesome. And then in the bag we've got some goodies, like some cool coffee, this sticker notebook, which is awesome because basically it has this like shiny paper, so you can like get your stickers in there and then you can like use them again, which is really good. I got some absolutely awesome stickers designed by Rachel Harrison. I'm part of her like little sticker membership, which is amazing. And then there was also, which I actually used, an umbrella. So that's really nice. So all handy things that I will be using and consuming. So yeah, that is my little goodie bag of swag. It's Tuesday. Today I've got another Adobe event I'm going to, but it's not until the afternoon. It doesn't start until 1. And so this morning I'm going to go to the Design Museum and check out the Wes Anderson Exhibition that's on there at the moment, which I'm really looking forward to. One thing that I should caveat is that this is not a normal week for me at all. I don't have any sort of client deadlines this week, so I was able to take a few days off to come to these events in London, and they're like really worthwhile in terms of networking, meeting new people, sort of being part of community. It's definitely valuable in so many different ways. And also because I have a long-term sort of brand partnership with Adobe, you know, like it's great to hang out with the staff there and spend time catching up and hearing what they're up to and everything. So yeah, but just to say, this is not a normal week for me. But yeah, so Tuesday, let's go, and I'm going to head to the Design Museum after breakfast. logo. You're such a pro.
I don't know how to do it though. This is working.
What, are you trying to get your logo?
Yeah.
That should be easy. But then, Joe, you can't go around with a hat that says Joe Allen.
No, not that.
Okay,
logo.
good. I was like, nah, that's not okay.
This.
Oh, yes, very nice.
We ready right there, like these are the details. This is like my brother, got my brother's got the emails. Every single day, my man goes up fail. Started years ago, Hotmail. After that, man, he thought it was futile. Then he went Gmail, shout out to Google, exactly. Man, you know that he was smart with that. Listen, he was smart and ran, kick it with the marketing. I'll be with my boy, man, he's all stressed. I'm like, Aiden, take a break, and then he dip into the toilet. He's going down and he's feeling good. I go in after and the seat is up.
I am back in my hotel room after the event today, and I am absolutely destroyed. My eyes look so tired. Yeah, I'm really tired. It was a really interesting day. I had lots of amazing conversations. Those events are always like incredible for networking and meeting loads of amazing creative people. This one was like a very creator focused event, and so it was like really weird walking around and basically seeing like loads of people that you follow online, like loads of creators and influencers and stuff in real life, and you're a bit like, it felt very sort of celebrity spotting kind of vibes. It was a really cool event. There was like lots of fun activations, and then these sort of like breakout talks. It was like disco style, so like you'd put on the headphones, and to get onto the right channel you would put it on the channel that was the colour of the floor carpet of the area that you were in, which was quite a cool little way of dealing with it. I went to this one talk that was really, really interesting. I've forgotten the guy's name, but I'll put it on the screen. It was like Jason something. I think it was Jason. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, he was basically talking about how he thinks that people need to start thinking of themselves as like media companies. And interestingly, this is something that I've been thinking about a lot in terms of the podcast. So what got me thinking about it was a couple of years ago, last year, I was introducing myself at an event, and James Barnard actually was like, oh, Liz has basically like got like a media company. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, well, because of your podcast. And I was like, oh, okay. And so then that kind of got me thinking about the podcast and that kind of like idea of it being a media company. And then I found out something cool the other day, which was that I had been added to like a press list for an event because of the podcast, like as in the podcast was on like a new press list. And again, like I'd never really thought of the podcast in that way before, so that was really interesting. So yeah, all of this has got me thinking that I probably need to have like a little bit of a mindset shift in how I think about myself, and particularly what I'm doing with the podcast. So yeah, that was interesting. That talk was, that really sort of inspired me, got me thinking differently. There was a lot of AI chat and a lot of AI, like an AI focus the last couple of days, which is not unexpected. I had a lot of conversations with people about AI, some people who were like really pro, some people who feel a bit more like me and a lot more cautious. I find it really helpful to talk about it because I think the thing that I struggle with it the most is that it's not this really simple answer. It's not just, kind of like AI is wrong, AI is good. Like it's a very sort of like complicated topic. So I love hearing people's perspectives because it helps me work out what mine is. I might do another podcast episode soon about how I'm currently feeling about AI. Like, I still don't really feel like it's for me. I saw people talking about how they use it in their creative process, and for me it didn't make me think, oh yeah, that's cool, I want to try it. Like, I want to try and include it in my process. Like, I don't really feel that interested in bringing it into my creative process. Like, I'm quite happy with how I do things. I enjoy my creative process, even the bits that are hard and that I struggle with. Like for me, that feels like an important part of the process and an important part of helping me solve the problem that I'm trying to solve in my branding projects. So yeah, nothing really made me think, oh, that's cool, I want to try and use AI like that. Yeah, I mean, there are ways I use it. I definitely do use it in some contexts. But yeah, I mean, it's one that I'm probably going to be thinking about mulling over for a very long time. But we'll see if this AI bubble bursts or not anytime soon. I do worry for some people who I think are putting all of their eggs in this kind of like AI basket and maybe like have wholly embraced creating AI work, an AI workflow. And I'm a bit like, if it does burst, where does that leave you? But yeah, who knows? We'll have to see what happens. Okay, it's Wednesday. I've just got a taxi down to South London because I'm doing an in-person podcast recording for my podcast. I've got a crazy day actually, because then this afternoon I'm going to North London to record in person for someone else's podcast. So it's going to be a busy day, and then I'm going back to Cardiff. And today I am recording a podcast episode with the amazing Teresa Heath-Waring. So she's been on the podcast before, but she coached me. So this time we're doing an episode all about her expertise. So yeah, I think it's going to be good. And we're recording in a really nice studio in South London. So I'll, as always, take you along. So it's Thursday. I'm back home. Got back home last night. That was 3 very intense days in London, but it was really, really fun. I do love it. I'm definitely like an extrovert, but I have noticed more and more as I get older, I need more downtime. So I had a good sleep last night. This morning, the sun is shining. I've taken my kids to school. I'm going to go meet a friend for coffee, and then I've got the whole day, well, I say the whole day, until I have to pick the kids up from school to just crack on with some work. So I'll chat through some of that a bit later. But yeah, this is not a normal week. I feel like I just need to keep saying that. This is not a normal week for me. But it's been interesting. So I've just been working on my slides for this event that I'm speaking at on Monday. But I've been thinking a bit about the last few days in London and some of the things that I guess, got me thinking and giving me a bit of a mindset shift. I'm doing something bigger here than just creating a podcast. And I'm really excited about the sort of direction that the podcast is going in with the live events and the guests that I'm having on and everything. So it's all food for thought and it's like early days, but I do feel this real shift happening. And I think I am going to have to, start thinking more about this idea of me being a media company. And if that is how I see myself, like what decisions am I going to make as a result? How is that going to inform or impact how I show up going forward? And I don't think anything's going to massively change in the sense that I'm really happy with kind of the style and the tone of the podcast. I'm going to show up as me, as I always have done. But I think it's opened my eyes to what might be possible, or just other things that might be possible to do with the podcast. So I'm going to give that some thought. I'd love to know if you've ever thought of yourself as a media company. Does that give you the ick? I mean, it does give me the ick. I mean, in the same way that a few years ago, thinking of myself as a brand gave me the ick. And I really felt like I had to embrace that to sort of move my business up a notch, up to the next level. But yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts.